Good evening, Richmond, Virginia. I am Brittany O'Neill, VJ at Beyond the Music, an RVA series. I am here with Vexine, or I'm sorry, 3/4 of Vexine, and the hat of Mike.
We're excited to have them with us here tonight at Beyond the Music. Please give a warm tobacco company restaurant welcome to Vexine.
You guys have an album out already, correct? Is it because you do have? It's Vexine's album, correct?
Yes, it's Vexine, and it's called Vexine. It's our self-titled. Came out in January of this year, and he and I did all the writing for this. It's 10 songs, and we had a lot of fun. We wrote it over the past year, so, and we're in the process of writing the next one as we speak.
Cool. So, what's the whole process of the next one? Are you in the process right now?
Yeah, well, we have not started actually production, but we are in the writing phase. We've got, I'd say, two or three gelled together.
We're kind of new.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
we've got a few more.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, really. I mean, we need more time to
build up
get together and do
his studio is called The Shed.
Because it is.
And it's actually
that
a
was
shed.
going to be my next question, actually. Where do you guys perform or practice?
We practice at our house in Sexual Chocolate Studios. It's called. Eddie Murphy doesn't need to know. But anyway, so we have our band practice there. But then Paul's house, we have a place called The Shed. It actually is a shed, and that's where we recorded part of our album, or most of our album actually. And we write. That's where we write.
So your practicing is separate, like the space that you practice is separate from the space that you write. Why is that? Just question.
Actually, we have two sections at the house. One's a practice section. There is a studio there as well, and that's where we do all the bass and drum tracks.
Yes.
Okay.
And then all the guitar and vocals and stuff we do are at Paul's Shed, The Shed. So there's SCS in the Shed.
So what happens is there's a combination of songs that I'll bring in fully cooked, and then some that are half done that we get together on in the shed and kind of flesh out. And then there's every now and then there'll be one that just totally spontaneously combusts.
Our best songs are 5 minutes in, and we're like, oh my god, and they just kind of happen.
was one of those.
That was
just kind of, you brought lyrics, and you were singing like Loretta Lynn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was funny. It started out like a Loretta Lynn song, and it did not end up like that.
And then I said, no, we're not going to do that. But 10 minutes later, it was done.
So individually, each one of you, what are I want to know what your three, main inspirations are musically.
Oh, okay. Definitely early jazz and blues recordings. I'm talking getting back into Bessie Smith and all these things. One of those scratchy, the Smithsonian went out to collect the sing in the can. That's the kind of music I like. And I love early country, and I'm not talking like Waylon Jennings stuff. I'm talking Kitty Wells and Patsy Cline. So I grew up on those old gals, and I love punk. That was college. So between the three, that's where that's me. But definitely, I would say that the vintage, you want to call it the vintage stuff, is really more of a hold on me than anything does. So.
Well, it was the Beatles when I was a kid, because my mom bought those records and I wore them out. And then it was Cheap Trick at Budokan, that record.
Okay.
And seeing the Jason and the Scorchers play.
Oh, yeah.
And that was life-changing to see a band do what they did.
Yeah. And you hung out with them.
Yeah, I did know them in college. Jeez. But it was the most powerful rock show I'd ever seen in my life. I didn't think I could see that. And I was like, what are they doing?
Wow.
And what's cool about it is that some of them are still doing it.
Yeah.
They're still doing it. And the Bluefields is one of those bands that's part of those guys.
Jason the farmer?
Yeah,
Farmer Jason. Yeah, now he has a kids band called Farmer Jason.
Their retirement is very interesting, I must say. But that was the three things I'd say are the biggest influence on me.
Three things. Well, I didn't start playing until later in life, so but I did grow up in New Orleans. So you know, second line, New Orleans kind of music is probably the biggest influence that I have. I didn't play music when I was younger, so
it was Mardi Gras.
All I guess, but it was Mardi Gras, second line, that kind of thing. You know, being Latin American, you know, a lot of the Latin stuff is very influential to me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, at the end of the day, the first person that I ever heard play music live of any notoriety, I didn't know who he was. And I grew up in a children's home, and I jumped a fence and we ran away, me and my buddy, and we were just walking down Earhart Boulevard, and there was a little juke joint down there, and I looked in, it was a guy just doing amazing stuff, and I was like, oh my God. About 6 years later, I'm standing at the bus stop and I see this poster of Bobby Blue Bland.
That was him.
And it was him, and I didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
And it was him in a juke joint early on. That's the first guy I ever saw play live. And I didn't know who he was until 6 years later.
You asked me if I was bold enough to fall in love with you, and you could show me, you could show me, you could show me, you could show me what I've been hearing about. And you could show me, you could show me, you could show me, you could show me what they've been talking about.
So how long have you guys been playing together for?
We have been playing together for what, 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah, going on 5 years.
Going on 5 years, and we switched directions, I guess. We were in another band before together. We were all together, and we decided to go off and form this band. We called this sexy, soulful, edgy rock. Okay. The other band was alternative country, alt country, and I wanted to stretch my vocal legs, so to speak. So that's what we're doing.
That's awesome.
Mutual love for, you know, 40s and 50s jazz and blues.
Yes, and crunchy guitars. So
Well,
it's
I
just
can't
the perfect
stop
mix.
doing that. That's
It's
like
like-
a disability. Yeah, turn it up. But anyway, I mean, yeah, there's that. You know.
So does the band consists, Vexine consists of all the same members of...
Except for one. There's another member. He went off and formed his own band, and they're fantastic, and they're still doing the alt country genre. So.
You could show me, you could show me, you could show me that I've got what it takes.
Have you guys traveled out of town?
Yes, we were actually in D.C. yesterday for the Cherry Blossom Festival, and we will. No, there was nary a cherry blossom in sight.
Sticks coming out of the ground.
Yeah, they were just people sticks in. Yeah, it's kind of thanks Japan.
And we got a show coming up in late May in Nashville. That's where I'm from, so a lot of my friends are there.
Really?
Yes.
But you're wearing a CBGB shirt.
Yeah, I got around. It's a lot
He
slower
played
now,
there.
but I used to get around.
I covet him. He played at CBGB, and I never got to.
That's awesome.
Well, I want to tell you a story, but I don't know the words. So I sit here in the corner, 'cause it just seems to work.
You guys have played in DC, you're about to play in Nashville, you've probably played other places. You know, what would you say stands out about Richmond's music scene?
We're actually, and I've heard it 100 times. It's pretty close knit. you know, the community that we go around, and your mother, Alana, is a big part of it, and you're playing every band in Richmond, so you know, it's just, you know what I mean, though. I mean, it's a lot of everybody when they're off, they go to see other bands and they support their music, they buy their CDs, and really champion what they do and celebrate it, so to speak. So.
I'd say it's a real diverse scene. I mean, there's a lot going on here.
There really is.
A lot of different styles.
There is a lot going on, and the really cool thing that I think is not only is it supportive, but it's supportive across the generations.
Yeah. Right.
And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, totally.
Because, you know, you play with my son.
Yeah.
And he was here tonight, and so that's kind of the great thing is it's continuing on.
Yeah, it's not just like, you know, you're in your own genre, you're in your own generation.
Exactly.
And I think that's really, really cool. And I think this, you know, some of the singer-songwriter stuff that Paul's been involved with, you know, just doing, you know, solo stuff. You know, there's so much going on, and people sharing and doing these things together.
People are excited about, you know, like these music showcases and things, original music, which that's exciting. It's not. Some towns you go to and all they want to hear is covers, and it makes me want to gouge my eyes out with a spoon. Yes, spoon. Yes. But yeah, this is great.
I think that's all the time that we have, but thank you guys so very, very much. You guys were absolutely wonderful. Check out Vexine, everybody. Thank you, Richmond. Thank you, Tobacco Company, and Beyond the Music. I'm Brittany O'Neill. Bye.
Thank you. For our second artist here for Beyond the Music, sexy, soulful, edgy rock, our next artist, Vexine, has been thrilling Richmond audiences with their unique sound since 2012. Vexine's much anticipated self-titled debut was released in January 2013 on Zap Records. Vexine's original songs have been quoted as, quote, taking sultry to bodacious levels, combining rock and roll attitude and country soul, unquote. Vexine features Sarah Gleason on vocals, Paul Pierce on guitar, Michael Skippington on bass, and Jorge Santamaria on drums. Vexine is, let's hear it. Vexine is currently in the process of writing their next CD and will play the Rutledge in Nashville, Tennessee in May. We're excited to have them with us here tonight at Beyond the Music. Please give a warm Tobacco Company restaurant welcome to Vexine.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel.